All right, hello everybody. Welcome to a special edition of With Tom and Fern, celebrating the 90th. Yes, that's 90th anniversary this weekend of the Herald-Tribune. Herald-Tribune is 90.
90 years old. Wow. We're getting close.
And Tom,
All right.
we wanted to get we wanted to get the most famous 90-year-old resident in the area. Not that. I'm sorry, Dick. I'm sorry.
I'm 100 actually. I feel like about 100.
So anyway, Mr. Vitale says, so what is the show? We couldn't believe that he didn't know about WTNF.
Right.
What does it stand for? It stands for With Tom and Fern. I'm Tom.
I'm Fern.
And with me to my left is...
Lorraine.
And I'm Richard.
Richie. Little Richie Vitale, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to have a nice little chat, and we'll take a little break at about halftime, and have some of the fans, the Notre Dame folks, can join us on the set. And so, Fern, why don't you start out with your first question to Dickie V?
Well, I think the obvious question is, with basketball season coming up, and you've been doing it for so many years, how does Dick Vitale prepare for the basketball season? Do you watch video? Do you read manuals? What do you do?
Well, you know, basically you're talking to coaches all the time.
Right.
I'm on the phone constantly. I've been on the phone this week with Calipari, Patino's, and the different coaches, and you find out a little bit about their teams, and you find out what teams have a lot of players returning. Plus today, Doug, with all the information that's on the internet, I mean, you could load up. And you got to be, I think it's dangerous that you learn too much about too many teams. But basically, I try to have a long-term preparation and a short-term. Short-term is when I zero in specifically on a given team, and I want to find out what player's hot, what player's not, what team's playing well, what defenses are working. So now you zero in on the game you're going to do. But long term, I find out who they're recruiting, who's eligible, who academically is not eligible, and little things like that.
That sounds like a ton of work. I mean, is it easier for you as the years go on?
It's actually stealing money. Don't tell my bosses. I've been stealing money for 37 years. Are you kidding me? Whenever you do something you love, I tell young people all the time on my motivational talks, you know, find something you have a passion about. When you have a passion about what you're doing, you're going to love it. I've never considered myself working. My father worked. My father pressed coats in a factory. And the more coats he pressed, the more he made. Then he came home from the sweatshop, ate dinner. I learned more at my dinner table about love, family, adversity, tough times than any class I ever took. And then he put a security guard uniform on and then walked the mall from 6 to 12. That is work. What do? I go sit at courtside, Kentucky and Florida, Duke and Carolina. I mean, are you kidding me? And they're paying me for that? Wow.
All right, so what I want to know, how does Mrs. Vitale prepare?
How do I prepare?
She can't wait till I get out of the house.
I check off the days on my calendar.
So what I want to know is he always this way? And do you ever say, like, Dick, don't be Dick, please?
Decaf, Dick, decaf.
Well, he does drink decaf. That's the funny thing. I don't know what he'd be like if he drank the regular stuff.
Right.
Yeah, he's always like that. He's always go, 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 and that's just his personality.
No, a lot of people are not going to believe this. Lorraine and I were talking about it yesterday, right here on Main Street. We had dinner last night at the new place, Beulah. It's phenomenal, by the way. Flavio owns it. It's a great place. But we're there, and we were talking about, I said to her, I cannot remember the last time I ate at home. I can't remember. It's years.
Is Lorraine's cooking that bad?
No, she's actually a great cook. But I love going out. I love being with the people. I love being with the fans. I just love people. And I love we have the blessing here. So many great restaurants and great places to go. But she said to me, that's why I love it when you do games, because she doesn't go out. She stays home. She eats at home. She watches a movie. She relaxes. With me, man, it's constant. On the go. Where are we going tonight? What we're doing? Tonight we're going to Lake Cologne, by the way. St. Armand's.
Who will be the next sponsors of the next time WTF. So tell us how you first met.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
first met way back when, in 1969. And,
the miracle of the Mets that year.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dick was a sixth grade teacher and coaching in the high school basketball coach and teaching the sixth grade. And he was out with his friends, and it was a restaurant that had music, and it was a place where
The
single
singles
people
joint.
went.
It was a singles pick.
It was a
You picked her up,
singles
Dick, admit
joint.
it.
I did. Tell the truth.
So he came over and asked me to dance, and
And
I
she
was
said
there
no.
with my girlfriends, and I said, "Oh, I'm just here with my friends. I'm not going to dance right now." So he turned around and went back, very dejected. Came back about 10 minutes later, and said, how about now? It's a nice fast song. How about this one? No, not right now. I don't think so. We're just having some conversation here with my friends. And he turned around, went back to his friends, and came back a third time.
Let me just tell you this. She's trying to be very modest about it. First of all, when she walked in, okay, she walked in with a girlfriend. I'm at a table with 10 guys, and a lot of them went on to coach on a big-time level. People like Mike Fratello, coaching the NBA, Richie Adubato, NBA. Richie laughs when we tell a story. We were high school coaches in North Jersey. Many of us, UB Brown went on to coach in the NBA. All of us came from North Jersey. But some of us, I don't remember exactly who was with me, but there are some of the guys who were all sitting there. And all of a sudden, these two ladies walk in. Oh my God, it was like the guys at the table. Check that one out with the hot pants and the white boots.
Hot pants.
Hot pants and white boots. And I said, guys, forget about it. That's mine. Don't even think about it. So I go over, she shoots me down. There's nothing worse than coming back to 10 guys and you've been rejected. And they're giving high fives and they're laughing and they're having a ball. Well, I'm a fiery little Italian guy. I said, I'm going back, I'm going to get her to dance. I go back the second time. She shoots me down again. And you didn't tell them the most important part. The third time, I'm there, these guys are ragging on me. I said, guys, I'm not a betting man. Put money up right now and I guarantee I get her to dance. They're throwing 10s, 5s. I said, I'm going to get her to dance. So I go over to her and I said, look, I'm very kind. I said, I don't want anything, nothing but a dance. Just please dance with me. I'm begging you. I said, I bet my buddies that I could dance with you. I said, in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will give you the money. I said, and every lady's got a price.
That's illegal in some states, by the way.
So she said, you're going to dance that badly. And we danced. Well, at the end of the night, when she's leaving, I walk out and follow her. She's with her girlfriend. I said, well, can I have your phone number? And she says, I don't give my number out to guys meeting for the first time. I said, well, am I going to meet you again? You got to give me a number. She said, if you really want my number, my name is Lorraine McGrath, and it's in a phone book in Bergen County, New Jersey. I had a date that Saturday. Sunday, I got nothing to do. I'm by myself. Let me just try and check this out. I called her up. I got the number. She answered the phone, and I knew I hit a home run, Doug. Because the first thing I know.
You hit a home run your first date?
The first thing. The first thing.
Wait, explain that, please.
Well, the first thing out of her mouth when I called her, she said, man, I didn't think you'd ever call. I'm so happy you called. I said, well, I have her. I knew I had her. And we went, that was a Sunday. The Monday, we went to the Garden State Arts Center, saw Dionne Warwick, and we've been dancing 45 years since. Oh. She's my best friend.
I like that.
It's a nice story.
She's a Hall of Famer in my family, and I'm so blessed that both my daughters, Terry and Sherry, take after her and not their father.
All right, so we're all old enough to kind of remember the old Ralph Edwards, This Is Your Life, right? So now we don't have a book to give you, and we don't have any of your friends to bring back, but we do have a couple of pictures that will appear on the video.
Oh, wow.
So that's you and your mom. How old were you then?
Wow.
I was about 5 years old then.
Did Matthew Brady take that? That looks old.
That's my mom and dad. I'll tell you, the most influential people in my life.
All right,
my mother and father were absolutely so motivating. I lost my eye as a kid. In that picture, my eye is okay. But I had poked my eye with a pencil, and my eye went all the way to the side. And I lost my vision. And my mother told me two things that I try to tell young people that I've utilized in my life. I used to hear every day of my life, never ever believe in cat. And number two, I must have heard 15 times a day, Richie, be good to people and people will be good to you. Oh my God, I'm in 13 Hall of Fames as you wrote. Yeah. I can't run, I can't jump, I can't shoot.
You got a body like Linguini?
A body like Linguini, as he said, and 13 Hall of Fames. Why? Because all my life, people have been good to me. Simple as can be.
All right, so you were a teacher, so classroom teacher for a while in New Jersey, right?
6th grade classroom. Look at that picture. Unbelievable.
When did the hairline start to go?
Probably when I was 23 or 4 or 5. Start losing some games.
Yeah, right about here, you're coaching at
the Titans, University of Detroit.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Dick? You had a great record in college. You were hired by the Pistons. Players make the coach. What happened going to the pro game like that?
Well, very simple. I tell you this, you know, the one thing in the pros, if you don't have players, you're not going to out-coach people. We're playing against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I'm playing without Bob Lanier. He's got knee surgery. And I'm playing a guy that's just so happy to be in an NBA uniform, and he's going to try to guard Jabbar. You're playing Dr. J. I lose my power forward, John Shumate, the blood clot, former Notre Dame superstar, and now you're playing a kid making $30,000, and they're playing Dr. J. You're not going to beat them. Very simple. That's why what Billy Donovan did at Florida, going to the NBA, he's in a position where they can win. Last year they won 40, I believe, 6 games, played 60-plus games without Kevin Durant. You add Durant now with Westbrook, Billy's going to have a chance to win. Many coaches who come out of college, Calipari, Pitino, Tarkanian, Carlissimo, myself, we went to losing teams, and it's so difficult. And I was my biggest reason of getting fired. The owner, he kept saying to me, Dick, I wish you're patient. We know it's going to take 5 years. And I'd say, I want to get it done now, man. I ain't waiting no 5 years. I want to get it done. And he kept saying, be patient, patient. And it was just tearing my heart out. You know, getting beat regularly after you're winning on a collegiate level, high school level, it just drives you nuts. I hated losing.
So they were 30 and 52 that year, and then actually the next year they were 16 and 66 is the record. But did you get fired or did you quit?
Oh no, I got fired.
What was that like?
November 8th, it's a terrible feeling. You know, you learn a lot about people. I just told someone yesterday, going through a little adversity, I said, let me tell you something. The key of being a champ is handling adversity. Anybody can handle it when things are going great. You know, you're in real estate, you're making sales, everything's great. But when you're struggling, you find out a lot about people. And in my case, I've had some tough blows along the way. But everybody has tough blows. I lost my eye, I thought it was the end of the world. But it wasn't. It wasn't. I lost a job I loved, I thought it was the end of the world. But it wasn't. Here comes ESPN. Now I've been coaching, I'm coaching 37 years. Everybody talks about Krzyzewski with his 1,000 wins and his great record. His record can't compare to mine. I haven't lost a game in 37 years, man. I coach every team in America, one night Kentucky, one night Carolina, and I always win. And I have something, Doug and Tom, a lot of people don't know this. I do it every game. When the game ends that I'm doing, I never, ever watch the winning coach walking out. I turn and I watch the guy that lost. And I immediately say to myself, wow, I know what he's facing. Tomorrow practice will be a nightmare, alumni screaming, media people getting on his case, administration on your case, talk radio. I said, man, the luckiest thing, I told Lorraine this last night as well. I said, the greatest thing ever happened to me, and I didn't realize it then, was getting fired because it changed my life. If I stayed in coaching, I would have been dead at 50. She can tell you, I couldn't handle losing. Am I right?
You're right. You're right.
Losing tore me to shreds. Tore me to shreds.
But I gotta ask you though, if you hadn't been fired and ESPN hadn't picked you up, like you said, but when did Dick Vitale, for lack of a better word, shtick start? I remember those early days. You were just a regular announcer. When did the primetime and Awesome Baby, when did that start to develop?
Well, let me say this too. The writers in Detroit, they get a big kick. I don't know if you remember Joe Falls, Jerry Green, big-time writers in Detroit. Well, Joe has passed now, and Jerry's still around, but Michael Howard, he still writes for the news. Every time he sees me or he sends on Twitter, he said, those people have no idea. They all say about Shtick and all. You were doing that when you were here in Detroit, coaching here with the Titans, and I've always been the same. You know, Doug, I look at the light when the game starts. Our producers, we have all these meetings, right? And they got all these things you got to do. And they said, why did we give you that? Because once the game starts, screw that stuff, man. I just talk like I'm talking to my friends. And I have a ball. And I have a lot of fun. The real pros and announcers are the play-by-play guys. The ones that get you in and out, that are hosts. My job is to tell you why a team scored, why they're not scoring.
All right. So just going back, so what it was like? You're married to this guy. He's at the top of his profession, you know, coaching an NBA team. Boom, out of a job.
It was like the rug was pulled from under him. That was the one time in his life that he was not the Dick Vitale that you are used to seeing. He went into almost a shell of depression, didn't want to go out, didn't want to talk to people, and he really wanted to get back into college coaching and was writing letters hoping to get a job back in coaching. And he wasn't getting any responses. Nobody was calling him back. And he was just sat home. And luckily, for the timing, ESPN just came into existence. And he got a call from Scotty Connell, who had started, was one of the starters of ESPN. And he said, Dick, I had seen you talk to your team, and I saw how motivational you are. And I have this new network that we're doing, ESPN. We'd love for you to do our very first game. And he was not interested because he wanted to get back into coaching. And he said, I'm really not interested. And then a couple of weeks later, Scotty called back again. He said, Dick, you're perfect for this. Just give it a try. And I told him, I said, you need to. You can't sit home and sulk. You've got to go on with your life and just try something else. Maybe you'll like it. And he did. He did the first game, and he came home and he said, you know what? It was kind of fun. I did like it. And I said, well, maybe they'll call you for another game. And sure enough, they did. And then it became a regular thing. And that's how it happened. It was just the perfect timing for that to happen. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened to your career, honestly.
I was so depressed. I swear to God. You know what I was doing? I was watching Luke and Laura at General Hospital. That's how that. I didn't want to go. You know what happened, Doug? Really, people are funny. And Lorraine used to always tell me, you know, you think you got a lot of friends. What you have is a lot of associates. When your back's against the wall and there are tough times that you have to face, you find out who your real friends are. Just like you had to find out in your battle against cancer. You find out who people really that do care. Well, in my case, I'm calling people up that don't return calls. I go to church on Sunday. The one thing I did, because I'm proud of the fact that I don't think I haven't missed Mass in 30-something years, even when I was sick. But I go once a week, okay? And I go to church, and where I went to church, they would have in Michigan, after Mass, donuts and coffee and all that stuff. Well, there was a guy that lived in my neighborhood. I must have got him, I don't know how many tickets, I don't know how many basketballs autographed, got him to meet all the players, his kids, his family. So there I am now after church, and I go in, and he's there with a couple friends. I'm standing with Lorraine. And I'll tell you, it really hurt. He would come over and say hello to me. So finally, the third week of going to church, I said, Lorraine, you watch this. And I walked over and I said, hi, Scott. I said, my name is Dick Vitale. I used to coach the Pistons. Do you know me?
No, I don't.
And then, you know, it's unbelievable how quickly you can't do something for people. They forget you, and really was a learning. Now, what happened, and it's a great message for anybody might be listening, a young person, what happened to me, and I didn't even know it changed my life. My last game I ever coached in college, we were at the University of Detroit. We had won 21 games in a row, and we were good. We had beaten Marquette, who was national champs that year. We beat them in Milwaukee, Al McGuire's team, and I loved Al. He was as real as can be. But we're now playing in the NCAA tournament, the Sweet 16. Our games are never on TV. We didn't have one game on TV. But all of a sudden, NBC decided to televise the game because it was David against Goliath. Number one in the country, Michigan, 60 miles away from us, and they wouldn't play us in the regular season, but now they couldn't dodge us. So now we're playing them in the Sweet 16. We're playing them in the Sweet 16, and all of a sudden I go to practice the day before, and who's sitting in the crowd? I can't believe it. John Wooden, Kurt Gowdy, famous baseball announcer, and another guy. I didn't know who another guy was, but I'm like, what is this? And the guy comes over to me and he says, Dick, John Wooden and Kurt Gowdy want to talk to you about your team because we're going to televise the game tomorrow. I brought my team over. I know you want to rap, but I will rap it.
No.
He brought my team over, and I gave them a 5-minute talk on greatness and how both represented greatness. I said the true definition of greatness, players, is right in front of us. John Wooden, 10 national championships. Kurt Gowdy, Emmy Award winner, World Series, baseball, Super Bowl. And he wrote my name down. And Scotty Connell was the third guy. So when I got fired, he called me up and he says, you're not going to remember this, Dick, but I was the third guy. And when we left the arena that night, after you guys lost to Hartford, we lost to the last minute to Michigan. That was an incredible game. He said, we left, John Wooden and Kurt Gowdy said, man, I was like 30-some years old. He said, we like that young guy, I like his enthusiasm. And he said, I wrote your name down, and now I want to give you a chance.
Wow. Can't believe it was a 5 minutes talk.
It was 5 minutes.
We got to take a quick cut. We'll be back in just a minute and have some friends surrounding you.
In 5 minutes.
Great.